What's up, everybody? It's your boy King. So this is the best money and credit channel on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. So whenever I drop new sauce, new lessons, new methods and giveaways, you'll be the first one to be notified. You'll be the first one to know what's going on. And hey, you might be the first one to win something for free. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell on all the YouTube channels. Also, make sure you follow me on my Twitch, King Hustle Live. I do all my freebies and giveaways from those YouTube channels and the Twitch. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on nothing. Also, make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. All you gotta do is click the title on every video. Once you click the title on every video, at the bottom in the description, all my social media links will pop up. All right. Got a lot of fake King Hustle pages out there, so please get a FaceTime verification call or video to make sure you see this face. Make sure you are doing legit business and you are getting what you pay for, right? And before we get anything started, this is all educational purposes only, not telling anybody to do anything. So let's get this thing started. Hey, let's get this thing started. Hey, what to do, my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there, my real Hustle Nation Empire family members, and we are back at it again with the gems, back at it again with the sauce, back at it again with the information that's gonna turn you into a boss. So you tired of being a zero? You ready to be a family hero? Listen up, take a seat, get your notepad and get your pen, because you already know when I drop these videos, you know, get them notifications. There's gonna be some information that's gonna help you win, keep you informed, or keep you entertained. So with that being said, you know we've been going crazy with these bank fraud and scams, and that's really been going on in today's world. But hold on, in today's world, and it's a lot going on. And today I got a little story for you guys. So like I told you guys, a lot of people don't know my story. A lot of people don't know where I come from. A lot of people don't know how I got into this dark way of world, this dark world. And like I told you guys, I am not a scammer. I am not a fraudster. I am a ethical hacker. I am good with system, databases, servers, and networks. It's a whole different ball game. And people be like, "Oh, you don't know nothing. You don't know." Listen, first of all, do your research on me. All you gotta do is go to click on this channel, go click on my oldest videos, and you'll see all the videos. And then go to Monkey Made King Hustle, and then click on the oldest videos, and then you'll go back to the beginning of time. And then do your research. Then go to my live videos, all that. And then you'll be like, oh, I got a whole mixtape out here called Hacker Files, for crying out loud. I am not a scammer. I am not a fraudster. I am in the cyber world. All right. I am good with system databases, networks, coding. I know how to get into stuff. All right. So I'm the plug. You hear me? So y'all gotta understand, if you go watch the videos, like people like to be like, oh, this is fake and that's fake. First of all, you can't get all this with nothing fake. If you know what you know, y'all know I started in the little townhouse, bought my first little townhouse or whatever, and now we here. So shout out to all of my real King Hustle H&E fans that's watching this, that knows the truth, that knows where we came from and where we at right now, because all you gotta do is go watch the videos on the channels. The proof is in the pudding. It's all documented. You feel me? So it's a lot of people. I'm gonna do the here. I'm gonna do the video. I'm gonna do the video right here for a second, because a lot of people like fake this and fake that. Like, bro, you can't. I don't like bills is due every 4 weeks, so I don't know how fake money or fake anything can pay bills, especially when you own something like this. So we're gonna start the story right here, right? So y'all want to do it like this? How y'all want to do it? However y'all want to do it, just let me know. So a lot of people don't know where I stem from. And it's the cyber world, this the whatever world or whatever. Matter of fact, let me put it right here. Let me see if y'all can see me right here, because I want y'all to be able to see everything. You feel me? I want y'all to see everything. Do I need to turn on the light? All right. So a lot of people know here. So a lot of people know about where I stem from, right? So when I first got into the game, came back home from school, met up with a homie from my neighborhood. He introduced me to him doing, you know, the credit card stuff or the debit card stuff, right? So I made $60,000 off him because I was selling, you know, Mary J, and I was making what, like probably 1,000, if that, 1,000 a day. Hard to make that. And he was spending that a day. So I'm like, man, how can I get that money? So blah, y'all go watch the story about that. So I linked up with him, started sending him information or whatever, right? So fast forward, like I told y'all, fast forward once he went to jail because that didn't last so long. It was like 2.5, 3 months. I made like 60, maybe 60, 65,000 doing business with him. So after he went to jail. Everything, my business went dry. Like I didn't have nobody to sell to. So like I was so comfortable with selling to him, like I wasn't in the process of like trying to find new people. Because at the same time, I didn't want to deal with new people because I didn't really know about this game and this world. So I didn't really want to, put myself out there and be too hot. So I'm learning at the same time. So, like I said, I knew about the dark web. I was on the dark web, so and I knew about forums. So these forums will basically have you meet new people who do different things. Like people be looking for sites on the dark web or whatever, but it's all about forums. So that's where people are just like Reddit forums, and you meet people and you talk to random people and talk about different subjects. That's how forums are on the dark web with different topics and different subjects. So I would just go on forums and just, talk to people, put my 2 cents on different subjects and topics. And then I was just learning at the same time about what's really going on in the dark web. I was learning about the credit card and the debit card methods. I was learning about the check methods. I was learning about what people really wanted when it came to this world. Like what are the most popular things that people try to buy. I was learning about all these type of things. So it was this guy in there that was just talking about checks all the time. Checks, 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 checks. And as he's talking about checks, I'm learning, like he's telling like certain stories and different things, and I'm just learning about, okay, so this guy must be a check fraudster. Now, as I remind y'all, I know Matt Cox. Like I was probably I've been knew Matt Cox, and I might redrop my interview that I got with Matthew Cox. Now that I think about it, like I might just redrop my interview with Matthew Cox, but Matthew, if you don't know who Matthew Cox is, he went to jail for like 17, 20 years for doing basically mortgage frauds, fake checks, different things, photoshopping IDs and checks and different things like that. So, but I was, you know what I'm saying? First, this was years ago too, man. I add you like 10 plus years ago. Like, so he in there just talking about checks and how he's making checks and what goes on checks and the different things and the different process that he making, right? So it was very interesting. So me and him connected. We end up connecting through like a social media platform. We talking, we connecting, we, saying, we talking to each other, and we end up linking because at the same time, I'm making sure he ain't police. I'm making sure he ain't fishy or nothing. But at the same time, I'm trying to make some money. Like I'm fresh out of college. I ain't trying to sell Mary J no more. It ain't making enough money. I just made 60K just off selling this person information. I need to figure out what other information can I sell because all I'm doing is selling information. I ain't got to do no hand to hand. None of that. Like it's just information. So we link up, and we just talking because he was an older guy, and he had already did time for certain stuff, and like he was an older OG guy in the world, so he was just putting me up on game type things, type stuff like that. Like at first I was fishy with him, but he was a cool dude. Like he was a cool OG guy. Like you got to be wary of people some in this world, but this was back then, so it was a different ball game. So he was a cool dude. He was a cool OG. Like he for sure was like 25, 35 years older than me for sure. So he was a cool dude. So we ain't going crazy. So we link up, we just talking. He just explaining to me more about the dark web, what's really going on there, and what people want, what people look for, and things like that. So now he teaching me, and not he teaching me, but just like really giving me the ropes, like about check fraud and credit card fraud, and now I'm learning about how people utilizing social security numbers and birth certificates and all this different stuff. Cause now he telling me about how people are opening up bank accounts in these pre-built CPNs, and y'all know identity theft, other people's identity, and maturing them and aging them to cash these checks that he's, you know what I'm saying? But he had a whole blueprint. So he was he, now people don't understand. People been creating checks for 15, 20 years now. Like Photoshop been around for a long time, and people been utilizing Photoshop to create checks and IDs. Basically any type of documentation. It might be a fake birth certificate, fake SSN card, but they using Photoshop, and then they utilizing certain printers and certain ink and certain different tools to make it as legitimate as possible. So he's giving me the spiel like, yeah, so this is after like we didn't just meet one day, then the next day we met up. Now this is over a period of time of us connecting, talking, chopping it up, being in the group, in the not the group, but the forums, giving each other shout outs, commenting on each other's posts. This was over a period of time. So he just telling me the ropes of what people want, blah, 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 blah. So same time, he also showing me how he's doing creating these checks. So he's showing me not like the everything, like just the software I use, just the ink I use, like, but it's all there. And he just that's just like stuff that you see it and you probably glance and stuff. So, but he's showing me on the computer, like basically he's showing me examples of how he can create this check or this ID and use this printer to print it and make it look as legitimate as possible. So it's just all intriguing to me, and I'm all just soaking up game because I'm like, all right, I ain't trying to be the one that's just sitting there creating like chicks because it is not no 5-10 minute thing. Like to like he was really telling me like you got to be real precise when you doing when he doing this because he want to make it as look as real as possible. He don't want no flaws. He don't want nothing of them. And that's when he started saying like really dropping gems on me. No Diddy like telling me like see people think that the banks are the ones who print out the checks but no, they go through a third party company and those third party companies you can order personal checks, which will more than likely be the exact same check as the, because it's all a background. Like there's different background templates that people use for their businesses. So you might get a background, the same background template, order the same background template for your business as a Chase Bank or a BOA bank or any type of company. And it's all templates just on top of that background. So you basically got this blank or template check paper and you putting the same this all Photoshop and they making it look as real as possible because it's the same paper, the same holograms, the same everything, the same ink that they use for the numbers at the bottom. So he just showing me all this, and I'm just like, man. But at the same time, I'm thinking like I'm not nobody that's finna go into no bank and try to cash no check. I ain't finna be, you know what I'm saying, doing all that work. So I'm thinking, I'm still trying to think like, listen, what's the information that people buy to create this? That's all I want to know, so I can get that information and and you know do my 1-2s with it, right? So I'm learning all this. I'm figuring all this out. Like over a period of time, you know what I'm saying, as he's doing whatever that he's doing, I'm learning all this. So as he, you know what I'm saying, as he doing all this, he's making money because at the same time, he's a vendor. He has a whole clientele. He got clientele. He got a form that he uses when people order from. So he's a client. He's a vendor. So he's not making these checks and going to cash. No, he's basically just making them and selling them to people on the dark web. So I'm looking at him like, okay, like I'm just looking like, man, he making a lot of checks. Like he got a whole operation going, but he also making a lot of money. And like I said, Bitcoin been around since 2000, late 2008, early 2009. So all he getting his Bitcoin wallet was fat. I'm talking about fat, and I'm looking at it like I'm not really understanding Bitcoin. So he had he in cash. He probably had like 12 Bitcoin back then. He had plenty cash, and he cashing out the Bitcoin and getting the cash. I'm like, man, this man making plenty of money. But I'm like, man, I need to figure out who want this information or whatever. Cause I'm not making no checks. I'm not doing all that work. I ain't gonna be sitting at the computer all day making a check. I mean, I could, but that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying? So work. So now I'm thinking like, okay, maybe I need to go into a forum and start promoting this and promoting that and blase, blase. So over a period of time, we just linking, doing business or whatever. And it was one day, they said, you want to see something? And I'm like, what you got going on? Like, bro, you on some some you like nah. 'Cause older people be a little so it was my I don't be playing that. So I'm like, what you talking about? Do I want to see something? I kinda got offended, like, what you talking about? He like, nah. So we go into the office. He showed me 500 cash, and then he showed me 500,000 worth of orders just going out. He said, this 500 cash. I got 12. I forgot the number. I ain't gonna even lie. He said something. It was in the teens or something like that. He said I got this Bitcoin. I got all these checks. This work. I'm gonna get at least 500,000 for this. That means I'm gonna make my first million. He decided to talk. He said, "You see what you see? He just giving me this weird spiel. Like you see all those robbers and killers and drug dealers out there. You see all them people out there that's selling their body and doing this. You see all them people that's working hard 9 to 5 and then he started breaking down like how the government and how these businesses is robbing from us. Like we pay taxes. Look at these streets. Look at all this messed up stuff. Where the money going? He just giving me this spiel, and it kind of got me thinking because I'm like, man, you kind of right. Like I see what you're talking about. He like, man, these orders go out. I'm gonna have $1 million cash. $1 million. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna relocate. I'm like, man. Now my mind is like going like, man. I'm trying to get it. Like I'm seeing like $500,000 in cash now. $500,000 in cash is not. It's in all hundreds. It's not like it's just 5 stacks. Like you know what I'm saying. Like it's just like look like 5 stacks of this right here. So I'm like, man, that's $500,000. And so I'm at the same time like, dang, it don't look like a lot, but it's a lot. So now my mind thinking like, man, 500,000 ain't even a lot of money if that's what it looked like. So now I'm learning about the different denominations of money and like how the same amount can look different with different denominations of money. Like for instance, 100,000 and 20s, 100,000 and hundreds, different amounts. But it looked like more. You see what I'm saying? Like people like the more. Like people like to see a lot. Like people don't want to see this. Like you flashing this, they don't really care about that. You flashing all this, he got a lot of money. He got so he just tell me, and now my mind going like I'm like, man, I need to get like that. So I'm thinking of like, how can I get that tomorrow? Like, how can I do that? So I didn't talk to him for about for about I ain't when I say talk to him, we didn't link for a little second because I'm like now my mind is like, all right, I need to get focused. I need to figure out what I need to do with this same whatever the information he doing the same thing. So we was talking on the forum, but I ain't link up with him or nothing like that because he stayed like 45 minutes out the city, and I wasn't trying to keep driving like that. And I was in my own lane trying to do my own thing too. Especially after I seen that money, I'm like, man, I need to stop playing. I ain't finna be going around you all the time, and you got the money and I need to make the exact same amount. I need to figure out like how I can, you know what I'm saying? Like he was giving me game, but I wasn't trying to like work. I want to do my own thing at the same time. He older. I don't know what he got going on, and that's gonna play a part into what really happened because at the end of the day, he was being watched on the dark web by the cyber police because he was doing more than just check fraud. Come to find out, and I'm gonna say this in a way, so you know what I'm saying. He was on the dark web also posting certain content, content of let's just say underage people. Corn content, you know when I say corn, we replaced the C with a P, but he was posting corn content of underage people on the dark web. And by them tracing his IP and all that, they busted him. And this is the catch. They knew nothing about the check fraud that he was doing. They knew nothing about the check fraud they was doing until they came and busted him with that search warrant. They knew nothing about the check fraud that he was doing until they came and busted him with that warrant. Because when they came with the warrant, he had to stop what he was doing and leave the house and get out the house. He was arrested. So when they search in the house, they just find out all these different checks, printers, cash. I found all that. They found the corn that he was posting. I knew nothing about that. I knew nothing about. He never said or showed. Never knew nothing about that. I had no even like. I wouldn't even suspected that. I knew nothing about that. So when I found this out, because it was posted on the dark web. They was like, cause they post this type of stuff. Like they put people on blast, especially that type of stuff. Like the dude from Speedway that was Jared looking at the child stuff. They put you on blast for that type of stuff, and they put that man on blast. So now think about it. Oh, think about it. I've been kicking it with this. Not. Let me not even say that. I ain't been kicking it. I've been doing business with this man, learning from this man. And like I said, he never tried nothing weird or nothing crazy with me. So I don't want y'all to be like, he never tried that. But I'm around this person. I know nothing about this. So just imagine they watching him and seeing me there. So now they probably think that but I ain't had nothing to do with that. They knew it because but it's just crazy how you never know what's going on. You never know. I would have never thought that man was being investigated or had that going on the dark web. Because like I told y'all before, I've been on the dark web and the hidden wiki for the hidden wiki's been around for a very long time. I was going on the hidden wiki looking at this type of stuff as a kid. So you know what I'm saying? Like so the hidden wiki been around for a very long time. It's just you never know what somebody's doing on their own time. So that's just a little story that I had to tell you guys how Batman, like it's just crazy. Just a little story that I had to tell you, man, because you never know, man. It's a lot of crazy people on the dark web, in the dark web, in the dark world that you just never know. So it's just all about being more safe, being more cautious, and being more aware out there, man. Because all day, at the end of the day, at the end of all these scams and frauds, there's a victim, and it might be a person, and or it might be a bank. So make sure you guys stay more safe, stay more cautious, and be more aware. Make sure you guys are getting your Norton Life locked to monitor all your first personal and financial accounts to make sure none of your information is on there being sold. Make sure you guys and also monitor all your personal and monitor all your financial and social media accounts and your personal information on the dark web. Make sure it's not being sold and nobody no fishy activities going on. Make sure you guys are freezing all through your credit profiles, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. So nobody can get anything in your name. No loans, credit cards, lines of credit, no apartments, no cars. Make sure you guys are getting new credit card, debit card numbers every so often. We tap, insert, swipe all day, every time we do. That information is now stored on a database, and once it's stored on the database, there's always a compromised leak or hack that's happening. And if you get a new car with new information, it's a fresh start. So it'll just keep you more feeling better inside and keep you more safe. So make sure you guys stay more safe. Make sure you guys stay more cautious and be more aware of what's going on in this real crazy world that we all are living in. All right. So shout out to all my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there. Because without y'all, there'd be no me. Y'all motivate me keep going. Y'all motivate me keep dropping this sauce, and y'all motivate me keep y'all entertained. So shout out to all of y'all. Anybody out there that's tired of being broke because it ain't no joke, let's get to work. FaceTime one-on-one limited gyms are $1,000. But for limited time only, I'm doing them for 600. Yes, 600 Cash App or Bitcoin payment. Once the 600 is on your Cash App or Bitcoin balance, send me a screenshot. Let me know your payment ready, and we will go from there. All right, no screenshots, no replies, no 21 questions, and please do not yell me. Make sure y'all booking y'all seat on the crypto tour, webinars. 250, 10 seats. Dates will be determined. Dates and times will be determined once I get the 10 seats filled up. Make sure y'all booking y'all seat on the crypto tour and personal limited gyms 3,500. Make sure y'all booking y'all seat on the month-long mentorship $1,000. Make sure y'all check out my vendor platforms on Telegram and the Potato App Millionaire Network and World. Still looking for people for the production company. Make sure y'all subscribe and hit the notification bell on my YouTube channels, my Twitches, my IGs, TikTok, Snapchat. Make sure y'all make sure y'all checking out the crypto world because it's changing people's lives. And make sure y'all getting in where y'all fit in with these lows. All right, 120 and up, Cash App, Bitcoin payment. 250, you sit back, relax, do nothing. All right, so make sure y'all send the screenshots and let's get to work. And with that being said, it's your boy King Hustle. Y'all know how to get down in these videos. I'll see you at the next lesson video or live. Peace.